One of the things I've really wanted to do for a really, really long time is do a video on what earrings you can wear. And we so often here in the shop, we see customers walk in and they have no idea what kind of earrings look good on them and what they can wear, and really get them to think outside of their boundaries, and they leave here with earrings bigger than they ever thought they could wear. So I came up with this device with this chart to show you the easiest way to try and figure out some of the earrings that you can wear that you probably don't think you can wear right now. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the widest place on your face. So what we did is we did a chart here. And it's not terribly complicated. Here we're showing, and a lot of times this is in ovals or diamond shape, the longest part of the widest part of her face is her forehead. In this particular face, and this lends itself more to the ovals and the rounds, is it's right across the cheek line. This is very important for you to know. And also, in a square type shape, you're wider down at the bottom. The reason this is terribly important that you understand these things is this is going to help you with the proportions and the length of the type of earrings that you can wear. When we talk about balance and proportion, it's also important to understand your jawline and what that is. Now, there are three types of jawline. There's a square jawline, which a lot of times you see in a square face, or there's a rounded jawline, and all of this is going to affect the shape and the length of the earring you can wear, and also there's a more pointed. So I want you to consider that when you start to see some of the earrings that we're going to show you on these faces. Well, I told you the most important thing that you have to work with to decide the proportion and the right earring is for where you are is the widest area of your face. So I thought, let's take these in detail and put some earrings to them to show you how it works. In this particular case, the widest area is at the forehead, and this is a narrower chin line. This is important because this is a very popular face style. So a lot what we're going to see now will work with this and also some other ones that have narrow jaw lines. The area I look at when I'm looking at where I'm going to put the balance of the earring is right in this area here is where I'm looking to put some kind of detail. So the weight of my earring, the bulk of the weight of my earring I want to do here in this particular face style, not up here. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because one of the things I was taught by a jeweler in Italy was, if the closer your jewelry goes to your eyes, the more you emphasize your eyes. The longer your jewelry goes down, the more it's going to emphasize your face. This is a sexier look. This is a more romantic look. So that's something to consider that's beyond of what we can wear. All right, let's start out and let's do some particular jewelry lines. This is a bigger one. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't do little very well. I don't do little, and if I do little, I do it with a bright color. Because the only times I do little is as if I have a really ornate necklace and it calls for just a little bit of light at my face, but the focal point is the necklace. But in a situation like this, if you can see, I put an earring like this on. It's filling the area that I'm talking about. This is very flattering. In fact, it doesn't really show it here, but when this does on a tilt, this is very sexy. And I also like earrings that have movement. And this is a nice earring, as you can see, with this particular style. Now, it's not necessarily that you can only wear that wider. Here is another style that I really like. This goes with a lot of them, and I'm going to try and do this without dropping them. But you see what's happening? Again, it's filling in and it's down in this area here, which gives us the most attractive look. It's also filling a lot of color to the face. It helps with your skin tones. Now, your hair color is going to make a little difference. Now, this is one of the ones I hear that people can't wear all the time. It's a long one, but it's a very popular. We get a lot of people. See what's happening here? Now, your neck will be affected. If you have a shorter neck, you don't want to get too much under here in this particular type earring. But a lot of times, if you expose your neck and have your neckline and there's a lot of skin in here, you can wear these a little lower because it's going to settle a little bit on your neckline. But you wouldn't want to do this if you have a collar because it's going to be in the way all the time. And I think you're going to be a little self-conscious. But it's really pretty. Another one that really makes it, if you want to do that with a collar or something, this is a great one. This can be as long as you want it, and I've sold these very, very long where they were draping down almost to the shoulder. But you see, you don't have to worry because the balance of the earring is up in the jawline, filling it in. Doesn't she look pretty with that pretty color? This chain can be as long as you want. I've sold them all the way down. So this is another pretty look with this one. There is a trend more so to clip these days. And the reason for that is that when you do a pierced, it's going to pull the earring down. So some of these bigger earrings are a little weightier, so you need to do a clip. And also, a pierced earring can never be positioned exactly on the ear. It's only going to be wherever your hole is or wherever it pulls down. So this idea of a clip being where you can actually position this on the ear wherever you want is really nice because you can put it in detail to your face. There's another one I'm going to put also on this one that I want to show you, and a lot of times there are earrings that have right and left. And the ideal way is to have your earring, and this is a good example, flowing always into your face. So this doesn't look as, see how it looks if it's on this side? So on this earring, you want to always make sure whatever you're doing, so it always wants to be flowing into your face. So this is a lot of tips on how you want to wear it for this particular style, and this is an easy one to show. Okay, the widest part in a round shape, as you can see, is across the cheek line. And this shape is a little more demanding. You have to consider that if you have a shorter or a longer neckline, and your hair becomes extremely important in this. But one of the easy things right off the bat is, if you don't do anything, is you want to start thinking about that area that you have, which is right in here. Notice it's dropped lower and it's a little smaller than it would be, especially, now that might be bigger if you have a longer neck, so you have to take that into consideration. But here we have an area, and you see how pretty this looks? I like a geometric shape when you have a round shape because it sort of is a contrast to the round, and it pulls away with that constantly doing that. Another area here that's always good is if you're going to wear round earrings or that, it's always lucky if you have short haircuts, and you can bring the weight where they're going to widen you out up here, which will help you a lot to wear more types of earrings too. Also, another thing that's different about this hairdo, and I'm going to use one of the earrings from the other one, is this shape, I should say, is you really want to drop. And if you have a long neck and a round face, I definitely would be wearing the longest earring you can possibly get, because it's really going to help you. Look at the difference between this and if you drop this earring down here. Again, I'm going to emphasize clip, where you can position the earring exactly where you want to. This can be a very, very pretty, and I just might point it out to you. This is definitely a very romantic, because this is the widest part. So whenever you emphasize up here, remember it's romantic. So these the round-faced people are going to be sexy all the time because they're going to have really longer earrings to draw it out. Okay, well, we've come to the part down where it's mostly identified with square faces, and it's where the widest part of you is at the bottom or around your chin line. And usually this is accompanied by more of a rounded or square chin line. What we want to do here is opposite of what we've done with probably the other last two faces, is we want to bring the weight away from the widest part of your face and bring it up here more towards your eyes and closer to the ear. So here, just to show you the difference, here's an earring we used in one of the others, and when we were using it like this. We were using the weight to drop down in this area, and as you can see with this particular type of jawline, it's not as good. If we move it up and we bring the weight up around the chin line, look how much better that earring looks. So it's really important to understand that you want to keep the weight away from the widest part of your face, and it really shows here. Another good example was that we used in one of the others, and this was when we used this one in the round, is remember how we used this in the round? We showed it here and it fit in so nicely. It doesn't look as well here. Look how much better it looks if we take the weight and put it at the top. So again, keeping it in the wider part. Now remember, do a lot of eye makeup will be very pretty here because you're going to be emphasizing your eyes a lot when you have a square face. Here's another one that shows it, and this also emphasizes that you need a right and a left earring. Now a lot of people think you should be in the shorter here, but it doesn't because the line, it goes out. So this is one of those right, but again, remember, we have the weight up by the ear. We've got it, this is the right side for this earring that goes into the face, and look how pretty that is. So these are just some of the ideas that we have that can show you the kinds of earrings that you can wear, so that you can wear bolder earrings and they're in the right place and you don't feel uncomfortable. Well, we've shown you some earrings that you can wear with certain face shapes to get you the best results. But most important is you shouldn't be missing an opportunity to make yourself look more beautiful. So